what are the trends we're seeing in retail specifically. And I'll skip over some of the areas that Meital talked about. But one of the programs that I'm running is called the Pegasus program for Microsoft startups. And this is really a program where we are picking very specific startups that are associated with the top trends that we're seeing in the industry. And the Pegasus program is made up of two parts. On the right side, it is the customers. So customers can join the Pegasus program to be introduced to all of the startups, to be aware of what the trends are, the aggregated trends across the industry, all of that. And on the left, we have startups that we are selecting that really represent the key trends that we are seeing. So again, to join Microsoft for Startups, there's the Founders Hub, and there is a URL that I've included in there. So all startups in general can partner with us through the Founders Hub. But in addition, retailers out there can also join Pegasus by going to this particular URL, the Pegasus program, and we'll keep you updated. We have monthly webinars that really update you on various areas. And also, I connect on a monthly basis with retailers, really to understand what are the trends, what are the key business challenges that retailers are looking at the moment. And that is the input that I typically use to really recruit startups into the program, identify what are the key ones, and so on. Essentially, there is a very high level criteria for Pegasus. What we're looking at is product market fit startups that have an ARR of roughly of 1 million. And most importantly, when I'm selecting some of these startups for the Pegasus program, I'm looking at the alignment with the industry trends. And the industry trends, when I look at it, the way I'm tracking them is one, engagement with the Pegasus customer community is one of the ways I'm kind of understanding what are the retailers really looking at, what are the top priorities, and I'm also looking at the retailers' investments in different areas and monitoring what are VCs investing in. So that really defines my Horizon 1, and then for Horizon 2, I kind of look at, again, not only the customer community, but also early stage investments from VCs to see what does that roadmap look like from an investment perspective. And for a Horizon 3, I'm also looking at things like, patent filings to understand what are the areas that retailers are looking at. What's that vision out there? Is patent filings giving me some of the hints in there? So those are some of those things that I look at. Based on that, what I've kind of created is a, cohorts for Pegasus. The first one that I'm building out at the moment is around the intelligent store. I'll be also looking at supply chain. So these are some of the signals that I'm seeing talking to customers. Supply chain is a big issue. Sustainability is something that's coming up as a massive issue as well. And then, of course, the entire data and AI is a huge element that I've been seeing in all of the conversations that I'm having with retailers. So while building out the intelligent store itself, you must have seen all of the news spiking up. It's actually building into a crescendo. I saw a lot of these being mentioned in the previous presentations as well, around autonomous store, frictionless technology in the store. A couple of years ago, when Amazon Go came out, it was kind of a novelty, but I think it is getting to be sort of a required thing. With a lot of retailers have been having a lot of conversations. This is just an example of what's going on out there. There's a lot more in terms of frictionless and autonomous. There's multiple technologies that retailers are exploring, everything from fully autonomous stores to scan and go to smart carts and smart baskets and so on. And the arena is really getting interesting. And as part of the portfolio that I'm building right now, really focused on the intelligent store. There's so many different areas that I'm focusing on and looking for startups that cover these different areas, including things like the store experience itself and the analytics within the store, solutions that really augment the store associates and staff, loss prevention, the in-store robotics and automation, the marketing within the store, the digital signage and displays, product availability, as well as things like engaging with customers. Sustainability is a big area, and I'm looking for solutions in that space as well. And most importantly, things like the frictionless checkout. What I have here is just a sprinkling of some of the companies that I've been working with. But there is a lot more that I'll be adding to this list, and a lot more categories as well that really define that intelligent store. So it is beyond just the frictionless and autonomous, but I'm also looking at all of those technologies, including curbside pickup technologies and so on. So the call to action for the retailers out there, I welcome you to join the Pegasus program to keep up to date with all the trends in the innovative startup that we have in our portfolio. For startups, I encourage you to partner with us through the URL that I have in there. And if you are a startup out there focused on intelligent store technologies, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to work with you. And with that, I will end the presentation. Thank you very much.